For Louise to make a work of art, she always said there's a problem that she's trying to solve. The problem that she's trying to solve on an emotional, psychological level is mirrored in what she's trying to do, let's say, when she's making a print. There's something she's trying to figure out. She liked the struggle, in a way, because she always said in any medium, you know, what you want and what you get, that's where the magic is. I think it also fed into her idea that art is a form of experimentation. And with the printmaking process, you get to take a form and slowly develop it.
When I met Louise, she was 78. And very vibrant, very vivid. She called me up there one time because she wanted me to learn how she liked to have her prints made. Her preference was the direct approach to the plate. The copper plate and the tools that she had were almost sort of in combat with each other a little bit. She was quite aggressive with the materials. If I was engraving for her, she would say, go as deep as you can with the burin, don't hold back.
I think it's the intimacy and the slightly sort of fed into her aggressive impulses on a certain way, because to engrave into a plate it is a little bit more aggressive as opposed to the passivity of just taking a pencil and drawing.
There could be tenderness in her work, but I think printmaking and you know, gouging into a piece of copper was a kind of release. And there's something kind of erotic almost about pushing a sharpened piece of steel through a piece of copper.
She had this early press here at the house in the 40s, and that's where He Disappeared was printed on. You know, she had 3 children. She was married. I think the idea is like she can go and work on these small plates and then pull a proof when she wanted. So it sort of matched the rhythm of her life. Printmaking had to fit into all the other commitments she had in her life. But I also think she liked working private, alone. Louise had bad insomnia. She would work late at night. So I think it gave her freedom.
The press is a very reliable tool. It was there, it was in her home, it was accessible. She knew how to use the machine, certainly, and I think it brought a sense of completeness to the house.
Felix was someone Louise really admired. He had the great personality that was just a good mix with Louise. And he was very patient, and he understood Louise's sort of ups and downs, because Louise was very up and down, and I think he enjoyed that long-term collaboration in a way, because I think he could intuit what she wants and what she needed. The unconscious is something that Louise is a firm believer in a way, that there are things that come out, there are accidents, there are mistakes. You do this to the plate and then you have something else happens. And there were happy moments. I think Louise liked it when she and Felix were here working together. I think that meant a lot to her.
The contact was there, it was fairly constant. You know, so you could keep the continuity of an idea going. She would often have several things on the go at once, and then you could dip into one thing or the other. And that I think was really a unique experience, to be able to do that. Something that, you know, printers really dream about doing.